Good morning, friends. Welcome back. I am so glad that you're here today, and I'm very excited to be sharing a what I eat in a day with all of you. I have some really delicious protein-packed meals that I'm going to be feeding myself and my family, and I thought that it'd be fun to bring you all along with me. I wake up in the morning, usually sometime between 5 and 5:30, and I get my coffee going. This is sort of my quiet time before the chaos ensues and my three kiddos get up for school. But I always like to fold laundry or get some laundry going while my coffee is brewing. This is my favorite time in the morning. It's usually only about 10 minutes or so before my kids wake up, but I sit down, I enjoy my coffee, and I give Maggie a few snuggles, and we hang out for just a moment. So usually my boys are the first ones awake, and our morning often looks like getting dressed, making our beds, brushing our teeth, and doing our hair before we go downstairs. They are just so cute in the morning. I just love this stage of motherhood. It's hard, but it's fun, and it feels like the years of toddlerhood are starting to pay off, and that's a beautiful thing. But anyway, I just wanted to show a quick snippet of what the morning really looks like. But as we head downstairs, I'm going to make them a quick breakfast. I don't eat breakfast with them because they eat pretty early. They get on the bus at 7:25. So I'm usually whipping something up right around 7. And this morning they asked for smoothies. So I'm doing a mango, pineapple, strawberry smoothie with this Yoplait protein yogurt and some kefir. This is packed with protein. The kids love it. And just to make it a little sweeter and a little more kid-friendly, I add some raw honey, which is also great for their immune system. So my kiddos love this. If they're still hungry or feel like they want something else, they'll often have a piece of toast or half a bagel or something. But this morning they were perfectly happy just having their smoothie. Okay, now it's about 7:30. The kiddos just went off to school. I need to change out of my pajamas and change into gym clothes. I usually try to work out right after they go to school, right around that 7:45, 8 o'clock time every day. I find that if I can get it done earlier in the day, I'm way more likely to actually do it. But before I left for the gym, I decided to reset the kitchen really quick. Just did like a quick 5-minute tidy. This took no time at all. And future me was thankful to come home to a nice clean kitchen to be able to cook myself breakfast in. And it's always easier to stay on top of the mess versus letting it pile up. So I try to do this in the morning as often as I can. If you don't know, I have an Instagram completely dedicated to my health journey and my running journey, and I've been sharing and documenting training for my second marathon, which is coming up in February. So I wanted to give that a little shout out. If you don't follow Miles with Amy, go give me a follow over there. Good official morning, guys. That's always a whirlwind getting my kids off to school, but they got on the bus. I was able to get myself together and we got to the gym a few minutes before 8. So I typically, if my workout is longer than 60 minutes, I make sure to eat something. I don't like to work out fasted. I know I didn't share anything other than my coffee yet this morning, but as I'm driving, or now that I'm parked, I'm quickly eating a piece of peanut butter and honey toast. I find this just to be the easiest on my stomach before a bigger workout. So I have 90 minutes on the schedule today. I have a 70-minute run followed by a quick upper body lift. And I'm kind of dreading it, but you know what? We're just going to get inside and knock it out, and then we can go home and really fuel and eat a good breakfast. So okay, I'm
back home now. Haven't even showered yet. I'm still gross, but I want to eat as quickly as I can. I am starving and I want to refuel and replenish fast. So I've got my pan heating up here. I'm gonna spray some of this avocado oil spray. I love it because it's just a quick spray that's really low calorie that way. I feel like it coats the pan well, but I'm gonna do 3 scrambled eggs. And I'm gonna make some breakfast tacos, if you will. So I'm going to sprinkle in a little bit of Mexican cheese. Just like a 1/4 cup. Eggs are already done, so I'm gonna plate this up really quick. I just wanted to share. I'm using the Michelin Carb Balance tortillas in the taco size. These are my favorite for taco night, for breakfast tacos, whenever, tostadas, little mini pizzas. They're great. They're only 45 calories, 4 grams of protein, and 11 grams of fiber. So really, really good source of fiber. I'm gonna do 2 this morning. I top mine with salsa and jalapeno, pickled jalapeno. You could get as creative as you'd like with this, or as fancy as you'd like. This is just what I have on hand. If I had some avocado, I would add some of that, but I don't. So we're just keeping it simple. Okay, and there you have it. I love this because it feels kind of fancy, like I put in a lot of work, but this took me less than 5 minutes to make. So I'm gonna sit down, enjoy this with another cup of coffee and a big glass of water. Before we go any further, I kindly wanted to thank Beam for sponsoring today's video. You guys, Beam is having their Black Friday sale and you can get up to 50% off site-wide right now. This is the lowest price that Dream by Beam has ever been. So I want to urge you, if you've been thinking about trying this, run, don't walk. Go check this out. And if you don't know, Dream is a revolutionary approach to sleep. It has natural sleep supportive ingredients, all within a guilt-free, indulgent hot cocoa drink mix. I personally love the cinnamon cocoa flavor, although there's lots of other flavors to choose from. I'm someone that has no problem falling asleep, but I always had trouble staying asleep. And ever since I've been taking my Dream, I sleep so good. I can tell such a difference on nights that I take this versus when I don't. My sleep score is always higher and it's not a coincidence, I know it. Not only does this promote amazing sleep, and I'm thankful for that alone, but it's also a really nice way to end the day and really kind of wind down and head into that bedtime routine. Caleb and I make a cup of cocoa almost every single night. We either use chocolate protein milk or we'll just use regular milk, whatever we have on hand, but nonetheless, it's so good. It's cozy. It's awesome this time of year just to sit by the fire, drink some cocoa, and really unwind and get ready for that good night's sleep. So again, make sure you shop Beam's Black Friday sale. You can use the link down in my description below or scan the QR code on screen for up to 50% off site-wide. This is a limited time offer, so check it out. And thanks again, Beam, for sponsoring today's video. I think the last clip you saw of me, I was eating my breakfast tacos and I showered, I got ready for the day. I actually just finished grocery shopping. Not a huge haul, just needed to get a few things for the week. So when we get home, I'll share that with you. But my toxic trait is that when I grocery shop, I treat myself to a little lunch because the Chick-fil-A and the grocery are in the same parking lot. So can't beat that. So really quick, I've got a 12 count grilled nugget. Easy protein, love to eat this. I'll eat it with some honey roasted barbecue sauce. And then I got the kale crunch salad for the side. So really easy lunch on the go, really tasty, but more than anything, I just wanted a large Diet Dr. Pepper. So anyway, I'm going to enjoy my lunch and then I'll do a little grocery haul when I get home. So I'm back from the store. I wanted to share a really quick haul with you guys. So starting out, I've got some bagels. This is kind of a staple in our house for the kids. They love a bagel for a quick, easy breakfast with strawberry cream cheese. I also will grab a bagel before a longer run, just need those carbs. But I also love my Dave's Killer Bread. So if I make a sandwich or I have peanut butter toast in the morning, this is the bread I love to use. But it's got a decent amount of protein and fiber in each slice. It's just yummy. I've been trying to buy pantry non-perishable things when they go on sale and just stock up week to week. Just buy 1 or 2 little things. I've been trying to kind of stockpile my basement pantry. And so I saw that canned chicken was on sale as well as green beans this week. I've got some frozen blueberries for smoothies. And then I've got these Lara bars. My kids and I both really love these. They're really simple ingredients. Nice little sweet treat. I think in this peanut butter chocolate chip flavor, there's just peanut butter, dates, and chocolate chips. So really yummy. And I'm sorry if you can hear my husband. He's working from home today and he's on a call. So sorry about that. I'll try to move quickly. I've got some celery and carrot. I find that I've been buying this up a lot lately. I've been making vegetable soup or chicken and wild rice soup or just some kind of soup on a weekly basis and then eating the leftovers for lunch during the week, and it's been working out really nice. So I like to keep soup ingredients on hand. I will also cut these up to snack on sometimes too. Grapes, I've been on a big grape kick lately. And then of course you can't have soups without broth. So whenever I go to the store, I pick up a few. I really love this Pacific brand. I like that you can get chicken bone broth because there's 10 grams of protein per serving. You can even just sip on it if you have a cold or you're not feeling well. This stuff is great, but this is what I use for pretty much all the bases of my soup, just to make them a little bit higher protein. I'm gonna make a soup tonight for dinner too, so I'm excited to share that with you guys. I've got some ground grass-fed beef here. I am making a meatloaf later this week, so I'm gonna use that for my meatloaf. I've got some chicken here. I'm going to make some sheet pan chicken breast and veggies for dinner another night. I've got some broccoli, that's to go with the sheet pan dinner. Same with the potatoes. I love this brand, the Little Potato Co. It's just so cute. Their packaging is the cutest, but I always buy their little duos, so you've got red and gold potatoes in there. I've got some gnocchi. This is going in my soup tonight, along with some jarred basil pesto. We got cucumbers for snacking and for on salads, as well as some baby spinach. I am gonna put some spinach in my soup tonight just for some more greens, but I will use this up with salads as well. I have been loving Olipop lately in the afternoon with my afternoon snack. It's 35 calories and there are 9 grams of fiber. I don't know how, make that make sense, but there's a bunch of fiber in these. So I try to get about 30 grams of fiber a day at least. That just helps me to feel my best. And that's a really sneaky way to get some in. I don't have them every day, but I treat myself a few times a week. I've got some eggs. We've been doing a lot of eggs, the breakfast tacos like you saw this morning, but also just scrambled eggs in the morning for the kids or breakfast for dinner kind of a thing. I already have a dozen eggs in my fridge, but I figured I could probably use some more, so I'm always buying up eggs. Jerky, I've got some chomp sticks here. This is my absolute favorite. I like the beef. My kids love these too. I put them in their lunches a lot. White cheddar Cheez-Its. Enough said. I love these stupid little crackers. They're so good, especially with some grapes and some cheese. Oh, we'll have to have that this afternoon. But I also bought up some cheese. I've got some white cheddar here. That's just for snacking. Medium cheddar. This is for a casserole I'm going to make later this week. And then Parmesan. This is going to be used up in our soup tonight.
I got some macadamia nuts. I love these and they're really good for you. You have to be careful with serving size, but they are delicious. I've got some good Kosher cottage cheese. This is my favorite brand of cottage cheese. If you've been on my channel, you know I love this stuff. You can't beat it. It's the creamiest texture and taste of any cottage cheese I've tried. And there's 14 grams of protein per half cup, so really good numbers there. I've got some heavy cream that's for the soup tonight. This is my favorite coffee creamer. I've got some orange juice. The kids like to have a glass of juice every once in a while in the morning, and I'll also use this in smoothies occasionally. And then some apples to snack on. So that's just kind of my little haul. This isn't everything for the week. I went later last week than normal, so I already had quite a few things, but this is kind of my midweek grocery haul, you could say.
It's a little bit later in the afternoon now. I've just been working at my desk. And usually sometime around 3 o'clock or so, I start to get hungry again, especially today. I feel like I had a pretty light lunch. And so I made myself this snack. And this is something I do almost every day. And it's like a little treat to myself. I don't know. I love to sit at my desk and have a quick snack. But on my plate here, I have some grapes. I have 2 slices of white cheddar. I've got some sliced cucumber. I've got some of those macadamia nuts, some beef jerky. This one is a chopstick, and then some white cheddar Cheez-Its. And the combo of this plate, a big glass of water, is so good and will definitely tide me over until dinner.
So like I mentioned, I've been on such a soup kick lately. There's just something about having a pot of soup simmering in the evening as it gets cold and chilly this winter. And tonight's soup is sort of a take on Marry Me chicken with a twist. It is so good, you guys. You need a pound of chicken. You can use whatever chicken you'd like. I'm using breasts, but thighs would work really nicely too. You just want to cut up your chicken into bite-sized pieces and get those cooking in your Dutch oven with a little bit of olive oil and butter. But before I got that chicken cooking, I knew it would cook fast and I wouldn't have a ton of time to turn it around. So I went ahead and chopped up my other veggies too. And I just did 2 ribs of celery and 1 sweet onion. So I definitely cook soup with my heart and I don't measure a whole lot of anything, but I'll leave a recipe down in the description. To cook this chicken up, I just did a little bit of salt and pepper and Italian seasoning, and I pan fried the chicken with some olive oil and a little bit of butter, and this just cooked so beautifully and fairly quickly too. I'd say in about 3 or 4 minutes it was done. And to the celery and the onion, kind of adding more aromatics, I decided to add some sun-dried tomato. This gives the soup a really complex, beautiful flavor. It is on the saltier side, so just be mindful when you're adding table salt or sea salt to your soup. You don't want to go overboard. But that chicken is looking brown and cooked, and so what I'm going to do is remove it from the Dutch oven. I'm just going to add it to a plate and set it aside. We'll add it back to the soup in just a bit. And now we have those beautiful flavors from the chicken in the Dutch oven, and I'm going to add my onion and celery to this and just kind of saute it up, get it nice and golden and soft. And once I feel like it's cooked down enough, I will then add the sun-dried tomato as well. I would recommend fresh garlic to this recipe, but I didn't have any, so minced garlic it was. I just added about a tablespoon or 2, and you don't want to add that too soon because you don't want it to burn. So I added that last, and then I added about 1 to 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, and this just adds a ton of depth of flavor again to your soup. And you sort of just want to get that cooking, liquefy it a bit. And then to add even more flavor to this soup, I added a Parmesan rind and about 2 tablespoons of basil pesto. And once that is all combined and somewhat melted and liquefied, I'm then going in with 16 ounces of broth. I'm using chicken bone broth just for some added protein, but any chicken or vegetable broth would work in this case. And now that we've really got the pot simmering, I'm going to add my gnocchi. And this is so good in this soup. It's like the cherry on top of the sundae. It adds such a fun texture. My kids love gnocchi. I do too. Who doesn't love to eat gnocchi? But when you pour it into your pot, you'll know it's done when the gnocchi starts to rise to the top. But while that gnocchi is cooking, I'm going to prep a quick dinner salad. This is something I love to do on nights that we have soup for dinner. It just makes the meal feel fuller, it adds more greens to our plate, and we get a ton of volume that way. This is sort of my take on the Panera Fuji apple salad. I just did a bunch of greens, some walnuts, some apples, some blue cheese, and a little bit of sliced cucumber. And then I use the Panera Fuji apple dressing. So Caleb and I really love this one. We make it a few nights a week, usually. And now for the final touches of the soup. I'm doing some freshly grated parm, about a cup or so. You gotta use freshly grated. It makes all the difference. I'm adding 1 cup of heavy cream, give or take. This makes the soup. You could use half and half or milk, but heavy cream makes all the difference. And then I'm adding back in our cooked chicken. And then the very last thing that I'm going to add to this pot of soup is the cheese. And then just for some color and just a little bit more nutrients, I'm going to add about 2 cups of baby spinach. You just want to add it all in, let it wilt down, and it is the most beautiful, delicious soup you will make all winter. A cozy bowl of this, and I promise you'll love it.
Just like that, it's 9:20 at night. My kids have been in bed for a little while. It's kind of been a whirlwind of an evening. I've just been running around cleaning up. Dinner was so good tonight, you guys. That's the second time I've made that soup in the last few weeks, and my kids love it. And if I can get my kids to love a soup, that's a win in my book. They're kind of picky when it comes to soups, but we all loved it. Because it was a little bit of a lighter dinner though, with soup and salad, I'm still a little hungry and I have a little bit of a sweet tooth. So we are gonna try a new recipe together. I'm a little nervous, we'll see how it turns out. I figure if it's bad, I'll just eat a bowl of cereal. But I wanna be honest and transparent. Not made this before, this is a new recipe, so I thought I'd try it out with you guys. And it's a cottage cheese brownie. So I'm supposed to blend together cottage cheese, maple syrup, cocoa powder, and protein powder, chocolate protein powder, and mix it up, microwave it, and add chocolate chips. And it's supposed to give like a gooey brownie consistency. So let's whip it up and see how it turns out. Okay, I'm kind of winging this. I'm supposed to blend the wet ingredients. So we're gonna do a 1/3 cup of cottage cheese to blender, 1 egg, and then we're gonna do about a tablespoon of maple syrup. And I'm gonna blend this up. I'm gonna pour this in here. Do 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Last but not least, I'm adding this Mexican chocolate whey protein. It says to add a full scoop. I'm gonna start with a 1/2 scoop and see what the consistency is like. I'm gonna add a little more. We have a really nice batter consistency going, so I'm going to add the chocolate chips that I have on hand.
Ideally, I would have used like a Lily's or some kind of stevia sweetened chocolate chip, but it's okay. I'm excited. I'm gonna go put this in the microwave for 90 seconds and we'll see what we get. It's still really hot, but I wanna show you guys. Ooh, don't drop it, Amy. You can see it's almost like a little souffle. It's separated from the edges really beautifully. You can still see the chocolate chips in there. I'm a little worried that it's gonna be super hot, but we're gonna try it. First impression is that it's a little bit dense. I might have overcooked it. Let's find out. Oh, there we go. Okay, so consistency is a little bit fudgy, I would say. Let's taste. Okay. Here's my thoughts. Definitely more of a cake than a brownie to me, and I was kind of craving that ooey gooey brownie. Maybe I'll do less protein powder next time or less cocoa powder and keep my batter a little wetter to see if it doesn't help the consistency, but it is delicious. If you're craving something chocolatey and you want high protein, high fiber, I forgot cocoa powder had a lot of fiber. This is it. It's really delicious and it's got some really good ingredients in here and you can't beat 40 grams protein. So, okay. I feel like I have chocolate in my teeth as I'm filming this, but we're friends, so it's okay. I'm going to go sit in the living room and put on a Christmas movie and enjoy that. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. I know it was a little all over the place, but this was a very realistic kind of day for me and what I eat, and I hope that it inspired you and gave you some ideas for your own meal plan this week. If you liked today's video, do me a favor and give it a big thumbs up. That really helps my channel out, or maybe share it with a friend or a loved one. And subscribe if you're new here today. I would love to have you join my YouTube family. That would mean the world to me, and I'll see you guys really soon in my next video. Bye, friends.